What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. It is a fine Monday morning. A lot of stuff has been happening. God, man, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I bought it from a guy on Instagram, which seemed very shady, but turned out to be great. I got it at a cheap price. Got the collector's edition, the steelbook edition. I got the art book. Everything was just awesome, and that game is freaking amazing. It's like tiny things that I would wish they would done that make the great game even better. But overall, that game is freaking awesome, and I would definitely recommend playing it if you haven't already. I mean, I'm in the game for I've been playing the game for 23 hours. Last time I looked at the stats, which was like a couple minutes ago. Honestly, I looked at the stats and I was 23 hours in, but I'm only 42% done with the game. That is a long freaking time, and that is awesome. That I'm finally found a new game where I can dive into and explore this mass world that I just keep discovering new things and all these crazy monsters and all these crazy enemies and outposts and villages, and everything is so interesting and cool about it. But yeah, there are some. It's not perfect. There are some things that would make it a little bit perfect, a little bit more to the perfect side, if that makes sense. But if you have not played Horizon Zero Dawn yet, definitely pick it up. Definitely pick it up. It is a great freaking game, and I'm so glad I freaking bought it. Literally, I was playing it minutes ago. I was like, I need to put Horizon Zero Dawn down and record this freaking podcast. You can't. Long are the days of me staying up hours of the night eating potato chips, drinking soda, because I have to write, I have to review, I have to make podcasts. I don't have to. I need to. I really need. I want to. Really want to. Make. I really want to. That makes it a need. But longer those days, and I'll definitely miss those days. But Horizon Zero Dawn has been freaking great, and I love when you buy a new game and you just get so invested in it, you never want to put it down. I love getting those games. Like I did that with Dishonored, Uncharted, all the Uncharted games. What other games did I freaking do it with? Ratchet and Clank. I mean, the list goes freaking on. Wolfenstein, all those games. Wolfenstein, The New Order. I couldn't put that down. It was so fun and so funny, and God, so many good things are coming out now, and it's just freaking, it's just freaking crazy and freaking awesome. And yeah, God. Let me know if you guys are, email me, message me, text me. Let me know what you guys are playing. I'm still playing a little bit of Destiny. I still got plenty of things I gotta do in that game, as far as the book goes. But, God, man. Yeah, I might order the shirt, for Destiny 2, for Destiny. I might order it. I'm still thinking about it. Oh God, I'm really thinking about ordering that shirt because it's coming to the last final minutes. But yeah, let me know what you guys are freaking playing. And God, man, Horizon Zero Dawn is just a freaking great game. In case you didn't know, I'm Dylan Lepore, and this is the Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Each and every week on Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, a new podcast is released on YouTube and other podcasting services. With the MP4 on YouTube and youtube.com/c/Dylan Lepore, and find the MP3 on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Dylan_Lepore. Also on iTunes as well. You can search Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast or my name Dylan Lepore or my username Dyanslegos. You should be able to find it. It's pretty easy to find. I mean, there's no other options that pop up. If you want to throw me a couple bucks, head on over to youtube.streamlabs.com/Dylan Lepore. It helps me out. It helps me. It helps me keep this channel running and helps me pay for my SoundCloud subscription, which is necessary to keep this podcast running. So thanks to everybody that is donating. It really does help. I really mean it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let's get into the news. Now, the news isn't that much, but it's some topics, some hardcore topics that might be of interest. That's why I bring it up on this podcast. So, let me highlight a thing or two. So, the reason, I should add this in the intro, the reasoning for this podcast is me to talk. It's like, I'm thinking of it as stages, if that makes sense. There's the beginning stage before I do the intro, and that is me just talking about my day, talking about my week, talking about what I've been doing, and I also do that somewhat at the end of the podcast too. After that, I do the intro, and then I get into the news, and then I try to pick things that I would want to talk about and that might be interest to you guys, and maybe some controversy and some hot topics and stuff. And then I get into the new releases for the PlayStation, and some games I'm playing, and like Horizon Zero Dawn and things like that of that nature. And then after that, I start to end the podcast and talk about a few things, and then I do the outro, and then I say goodbye. And that is basically the stages of this podcast. And I hope that makes more sense. I should add that. Not that long of a speech, but I should add something indicating what exactly it's about. Maybe it'll help, but yeah, I think that would be useful, and I hope this clarifies some things about this podcast that people might be kind of worried about, but hopefully not. I just wanted to get that off my chest, even though that wasn't something. That's just something I decided to pop up. But let's get into the news. Rumor has it, Adele, PlayStation Plus members may have PlayStation Now access in their future. An article from COG Connected. While a lot of people have a PlayStation Plus subscription, not nearly as many have pawned up for the PlayStation Now access as well. Well, some new rumors floating around suggest that what was the word? They're going to be put together, like infused together, and they're working off one another, and you'll have some benefits from PlayStation Now. Basically, in its sorts of its cards, there's a small yet substantial body of evidence that suggests the two services are on their way to work together. Well, the price of PlayStation Plus was increased recently in Europe. We'll talk about that later. This isn't super concrete, merely suggesting that the service is worth more now. The PlayStation Plus section of the PlayStation Store has PlayStation Now ads all over it, which is new. The 5.0 firmware update is supposed to include a classic gaming component, which feels like a PlayStation Now sort of thing. Finally, Tidux, an industry insider, has said that PlayStation Now will be included in PlayStation Plus in the near future. More specifically, he said that the access will consist of 2 PlayStation 4 games, 2 PlayStation Now games, and 2 movies from month to month. This isn't an official statement from a member of Sony, so we can't quite call this fact just yet. But the evidence is slowly getting more concrete, more than anything else. It just makes sense for the company to put these 2 services together as so. It'd be a great way to justify any future increases in rates. This sounds good, as long as the price isn't increased again. They did increase the price last year and this year for, I guess they wanted to see how things work for PlayStation Plus, and it's starting to see like it's helping out a lot. For the past 3 months, we've had great AAA games come to the PS4, and nobody should be mad about that. Nobody should be mad about this month's PlayStation Plus. We'll talk about the Europe thing and the new PlayStation Plus games in a little bit, but nobody should be mad about that. And this is exciting because we're finally getting these AAA games to the PlayStation. And if you don't have PlayStation Plus, now is a good time. Now is a great time, especially if they're thinking about this Now feature. PlayStation Now feature. You get 2 movies, starting to be like a Netflix subscription. Hopefully the movies are good, because PlayStation Plus has tried their own like exclusives to PlayStation Plus. Like they've tried the TV show, what is it, Supers, something Supers. I watched both seasons. I liked it, but they canceled the 3rd season because the 2nd season didn't pull in enough watchers, viewers, and money to make a 3rd season. Even though I felt like the 2nd season was, it was called Powers. That was it. It was called Powers, and I didn't feel like the 2nd season was as concrete as the 1st season. That's probably because they didn't think they. It was like Daredevil. I'm not really comparing it to Daredevil, but it was like Daredevil. The 1st season of Daredevil and the 1st season of Powers are very similar on how they tell their story, and they tell it and they end it. That's it. That's it. They didn't expect to have a 2nd season. But I feel like Powers sort of expected to have a 2nd season, but they just screwed it all up. There were so many things happening. It was so confusing. I was confused. I was like, what are you talking about? Who is this character? What are you guys talking about? And it was just confusing. But yeah, I digress. PlayStation Plus has been pretty. They've been rolling out some new things, like for instance, they're bringing back the Trials, PlayStation Plus Trials. They're bringing those back, but they're not to the extent as they used to be. So on PlayStation 3, they used to be, it was either 24 or 48 hour access to the entire game for free if you have PlayStation Plus. You have access to the entire game for 24 to 48 hours, and you can play that non-stop. You can even try to beat the game within that time. You get trophies, you have access to everything, and you get to play the full game. 48 hours, 24 hours, whatever. And they just did that with Doom. They just came out with Doom for the PlayStation Plus. And that was this weekend, so that's over now. It was the 27th through the 30th. I played it because I don't have Doom yet, so I downloaded it and played it. I had a blast with it. But there were some things they changed with the Trials. So it's longer now, lasts 3 days, basically, and they unlock the game, but they have a Doom demo out, but the demo for Doom, you only can play the first level, and that's it. But with this trial, you can play the first 2 levels. And then you can explore, collect anything, go anywhere. So you can explore the 2 levels, then you can play multiplayer. Then you can do their snap mode. You can play everything in their snap mode, which is actually quite cool that they have that. I was playing around with it. I deleted it because I had to play Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't touched that yet. But yeah, I played everything the demo had to offer. But yeah, snap mode is pretty cool. So like if you were playing the trial, you can play all the snap modes, but you couldn't go through the story anymore, and there was no trophies. So that was the two things the three things they changed up. So it's not the full game. There's no trophies, but you get longer playtime. So instead of 24 or 48 hours, I forget, you have a whole 3 days, a whole weekend to play it, which is really cool and something they're trying out. And then also they have this new Friends thing that they're trying out with your smartphone and stuff. That's actually like a 2-3 month exclusive that I would highly recommend getting because it won't affect any games, and I'll get I'll get into that deeper. But with PlayStation Now coming, if it is coming to PlayStation Plus, I would try to be excited for that because I know a lot of people not have PlayStation Now, and it's like $100 subscription for a year, but you get access to all these games for free, and it's streamed to your PlayStation 4. They used to have it on Vita and PS3, but they canceled those, and now they're just focusing on PC and PS4. So basically, PlayStation exclusives are on PC now. Sure. I wouldn't really say it like that, but sure. Red Dead Redemption 2 delay opens up a little bit of opportunity, EA says, which is interesting. Assassin's Creed publisher Ubisoft isn't the only big company that has something to say about Rockstar's decision to delay Red Dead Redemption 2 until 2018. During a recent earnings call, EA CFO Blake said that the delay for Rockstar's hugely anticipated Western provides a little bit of opportunity for EA and others in the industry. At the same time, Blake pointed out that big games can help grow the entire industry, including hardware as well. What we've found historically, we've had many times where we've gone into quarters that looked daunting because of the competition, he said. Think back to Grand Theft Auto 5 when it came out, and what we actually found is it grows the overall market. It drives console sales. Oftentimes, many of those titles get bundled to help drive or reduce the price of a console for the consumer, and it drives excitement in the marketplace. And we like that, and we like that. We like that, they say. It benefits the consumer, and it benefits us because it generates a lot of buzz around games. Blake pointed out that EA has always competed against the biggest titles in the industry, and this does not bother the publisher much. So I don't think it bothers us, but it excites us, I'd say instead. And you might remember no Red Dead Redemption 2 that was originally in the plans for our third quarter, fourth quarter for the calendar year. So that does open up a little bit of opportunity, I think, for everybody. Ubisoft CFO Allen said earlier that Red Dead Redemption 2's delay is clearly a positive for Ubisoft. The absence of the game is, of course, giving us a better window for the launch of some of our games. For its part, the CEO of Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two, doesn't think Red Dead Redemption 2's release date matters. If the game is good enough, people will buy it whenever it comes out, said earlier this year. Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out in spring 2018 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Regarding the delay, Rockstar said earlier this year that it needed more time to deliver the best experience possible for our fans. So I find this interesting that Take-Two, Rockstar's parent company, says if the game is good enough, people will buy it whenever it comes out. And I find that hilarious because he's like, it's a game. People play it, people buy it, people don't like it, people love it. It doesn't matter. As long as they like it, that's fine. it shouldn't matter to these other companies, but thinking of terms of money, like Ubisoft, they're like, yes, woo, woo, oh my god, thank God, oh my god, whoa, that was like, sweat off the brow, you know. They're like, they need we need to get our Just Dance out. We need to get our Ghost Recon games out. Maybe Syphon Filter if we feel like it. You know, maybe more some Division DLC, and they can make some more money before Rockstar's next. Because Rockstar is known for making amazing games. Even though sadly, I've never played Red Dead Redemption. I know I need to. It's a landmark of games, and I freaking need to. I know you don't need to tell me. And they made I actually never played Grand Theft Auto. I've never played any of the Grand Theft Auto games. I played Saints Row though. And they made the Batman games, the Arkham Batman games, and those games are freaking amazing. And especially the second one. I haven't played the third one yet. I mean the fourth one technically. But I need to get on that. I still got a lot of games I need to play. Yeah, Ubisoft is like, we're in the clear, let's go make some money. And then EA's like, you know what, we can all make some money, man. It's spreading the love, you know? Just, you make money, I make money, console sales, you know, new games, big games like this drive people to play and buy a PS4 and an Xbox One. And they're like, we're going to come out with a game and we're going to have FIFA PlayStation 4 limited edition bundled with a soccer ball. They keep stressing out their stuff because they're like, we need to get our stuff out before Rockstar puts out their new AAA title because we're all scared of them. And we don't have the talent to think of those ideas ourselves. I find it hilarious that they think all that. But yeah, games are games. Money needs to be made. Now, there's always a guy that needs to be fist, hammer, whatever, throw it down. Like, we need to get serious. This is a business. Games are amazing. We love games, but we need to run a business. And that is the whole idea of this discussion I just pointed out to you guys. There's three people going at each other, talking. God. I need to play Red Dead Redemption, and people need to make money. So, who wants to sell me Red Dead Redemption? Maybe EA will be proud of me if I don't. Oh my God, Ubisoft is like shivered in their boots. Now when they heard they delayed it, they're like, freedom, you know. But let's get on to some quick news, actually. Literally, this is quick news. I show it up to the camera. It's literally just like a bold statement, and that's it. But dedicated servers coming to For Honor. That's cool. Great. I guess they had trouble. I guess people were tired of just regular plain old servers. You know, just one server. Not good enough. But dedicated servers are coming, and that is all on all systems, I believe. Battlefield 1 hits 20 million players. 20 million freaking players, and I'm not one of them. Me, I don't really play the Call of Duties or the Battlefields because I just play the story. With those games, I just play the story and then leave. I just jump in there, play the story, leave, goodbye. Had a great time. Not playing this multiplayer bullcrap that I just touch the joystick just a little bit to the right. Joystick. Why am I calling it joystick? Thumbstick. If I touch the thumbstick a little bit to the right, and I just do a whole 360. And then I have to lower down the sensitivity, and then when I play in multiplayer, since it's so fast-paced and I can't play like that, I like to take my time. That's why I play Destiny and The Last of Us multiplayer too. It's freaking awesome. But I like to take my time, and I'm not that competitive with that kind of stuff like some of those little kids, screamers, Christmas noobs, whatever you call them. I'm not as skilled as that, but you know what? That's great that Battlefield 1 hits 21 million players. I was about to say subscribers. But yeah, if you want to subscribe to my channel and on our journey to hit 21 million, go ahead, leave a like on this video, you can comment, or leave a subscribe on this podcast, and we'll start a new one. Let's continue on with the news. This is more, not really, this is not, we're done with those, minor news stories now, but let's get into some kind of serious topics. PlayStation Plus price hike in Europe and Australia in August. News. This was published on VG Charts website. Sony announces it will be increasing the price of PlayStation Plus subscription in Europe and Australia starting Thursday, August 31st at midnight BST. So that is that was yesterday. In the UK, the annual membership is increasing from €39.99 to €49.99 euros. The 3-month The 3-month from, why does it say like this? The 3-month from, what? Oh, okay, so it's splitting it up. In the UK, the annual membership is increasing from the yearly membership, from €39.99 to €49.99. The 3-month from €14.99 to €19.99, and the single month from €5.99 to €6.99. Yes. Same thing for the rest. $49.99 in the God. UK doesn't use euros. Sorry, I apologize about that. The currency, the L-shaped currency, is what the UK. So everything I said with euros, just then, flip that with the L currency. I'm sorry about that, guys. In the rest of Europe, the annual subscription is increasing from euros. Subscription is increasing from €49.99 to €59.99. €19.99 to €29.99 for 3 months, and €6.99 to €7.99 for 1 month. In Australia, the price is increasing from $69.95 to $8 $79.95. Australia, the games are, I don't know why the games are so expensive in Australia. And plus, it's super hard to get games in Australia if they're like really like gory. Like I think Grand Theft Auto 5 had problems, and then they fixed those. AU $27.95 AU dollars to $39.95 AU dollars for 3 months, and $9.95 AU to $10.95 AU dollars for 1 month, which is kind of insane. They did this I'm not surprised that they finally did this after a year of it happening already. But yeah, PlayStation, hopefully this helps get new games out. And I know I don't like the price drop. I'd rather everything be free in life, but you know, everything being free in life, it'll be chaos. But yeah, finally those Europeans get to see what America has been suffering through all these years, there's actually, if you go to some stores, there's actually you can still find the original $50 ones, and you can actually pay $50 for those. So people might be selling those on the black market. I don't know. So check that out. But yeah, I wasn't really surprised, and hopefully this brings. I did an article about this a long time. a year ago. I did an article about this a year ago, and I'll definitely that this is definitely helping. I'll definitely assume that this is helping with PlayStation Now if they decide to do it, and bringing more AAA titles that people want, and hopefully they stop crying about it. Please, indie games. I love playing my indie games, so I don't care. God, they're just like it's like this is how they think about PlayStation Plus. You get free games. All right, the new Call of Duty came out. PlayStation Plus, right then and there. No questions, no answers, no nothing. Just Call of Duty, right there and then. They don't need they don't need to make money to make the next Call of Duty. They have all the money they need. Yeah, that's not how it works. All right, let's get into the article I actually wrote for BrutalGamer.com. PlayStation Plus free games lineup for August 2017. Go check this article out on BrutalGamer.com. I won't say anything more about it. No, we're not doing that. So, PlayStation Plus free games lineup for August 2017. Let's get started. PlayStation Plus is currently on a winning streak with their AAA titles these past 2 months, and it isn't different here with Just Cause 3, Assassin's Creed, Freedom Cry, as the big PS4 games for this month. We jump into the crazy and chaotic boots of Rico Rodriguez in Just Cause 3, the mercenary who returns to his birthplace of Medici? I don't know. Set off to restore freedom to this once great land from the grasp of the dictator, General Sebastian D. Ravioli, in the most unconventional ways possible. Next up on PS4, we have Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, introducing as an epic add-on adventure in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I'm gonna say this again wrong. Adewale, an assassin whose goal is to interrupt the slave trade and free Port-au-Prince from the French. Super Motherload on PS3 is a digging adventure, much like SteamWorld Dig, with an 80s art style that makes the game pop with color, and it also helps that the characters are pretty funny. With multiple endings, free roam, and 4-player co-op, you'll never want to leave Mars. Snakeball is quite an oldie. Coming out in 2007 on the PS3, this 3D remake of the classic Snake makes for a great party game. Go around adding to your tail and shooting other what? Go around. I wrote this. Go around adding to your tail and shooting others in the, it should be others. I say other. Shooting other in this discotheque world of Snake. Just don't bite your own tail, or anybody else's for that matter. For a matter of fact. Try to be funnier. Now that it's time for a final round. PS Vita. It's actually kind of sad this month for the Vita getting down well, which seems interesting, but couldn't describe the game even if I had to. So here we go. You play as a white character falling down a well where you must shoot enemies and rubble to grab the highest score or spend some time at the various cellars. Level 22, Gary's Misadventures. You play as Gary, who is always late for work and is on the brink of being fired. Brink is a terrible game. Just saying. It's a pretty awful game. Don't play it, but I digress. You have to get Gary to his office on the 22nd floor without being seen by your co-workers, mixed in with the occasional boss fight and goofy pop culture references. I would highly recommend trying out Just Cause 3, Assassin's Creed, Freedom Cry, and Super Motherload, as those seem to be the top games of this month, which makes it very action heavy with a little chill time with your bros. That's it for this month, and don't forget to pick up That's You, which is PlayStation Plus members' free bonus for being with PlayStation Plus. It's free from June 4th, 2017, 11 a.m. to September 24th, 2017, 11 a.m. Also, don't worry, this will not take place for any PlayStation Plus games or game. It's just a bonus for being a proud member. And I say cheers. Cheers, lads. Yeah, so those are the PlayStation Plus games. The full lineup, Just Cause 3, PS4, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, PS4, Super Motherload, PS3, Snakeball, PS3, Downwell, PS Vita, Cross-Buy with PS4, and then Level 22, PS Vita. Yeah, great lineup. I definitely recommend getting this one and playing the heck out of this because there's a lot of stuff to do, and it seems like quite an adventure. And I still need to play Black Flag on PS4, but don't forget, guys, to download the lineup before it's gone. The full lineup of the June, June. The full lineup of July is Until Dawn, PS4, Game of Thrones, PS4, Tokyo Jungle, PS3, Dark Stalkers Resurrection, PS3, Element 41, PS Vita, Don't Die, Mr. Robot, PS Vita, Cross-Buy on PS4, which is worth an exact value of $128.88, which is a heck of a deal. I would love this. Let's say this. I would love if PlayStation Plus, I pay $60 a month, $60 a year, and they just send me a check. What if they just send me a check of that money, which is worth an exact value of $128.80? I subscribe to PlayStation Plus for a year, and I can deny if I want to get the games or they just give me the money instead. That would be an investment I would highly recommend investing in. Whew, I would freaking I'd end the year with like $2,000 for free. But let's get into some more news. I hope you guys enjoyed this PlayStation Plus games. I know I definitely will, so let's get into some more news again. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection for PS4 and Xbox One leaked by retailer. Dun dun dun. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection commemorates the 15th anniversary of Capcom's series of fighting games. The compilation includes Hyper Street Fighter 2, which combines previous Street Fighter 2 features and character variations from previous Street Fighter 2 editions, and Street Fighter 3, The Third Strike, Hyper Street Fighter 2. Oh, I gotta breathe. Lets you mix the match characters from the different versions for a variety of matchups. Street Fighter 3, The Third Strike offers a total of 19 different playable characters, a grand judge system, and a progressive hit frame system, which is pretty cool. So this is coming out, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection Edition. Look for it on PS4, and it sounds great. Capcom is in a mess right now. With their game Street Fighter. The new Street Fighter didn't turn out as they planned. Whoa, I almost fell back in my chair. Whole body shivering now. But yeah, it's kind of sad. But hopefully they can recover from this. Didn't turn out as anybody expected. Injustice 2 is doing great though. So keep an eye on Capcom and see how well they're doing. Hopefully they don't end up keeling off. Nobody likes keeling off. I digress, though. I keep saying that. New releases week of August 1st, 2017. Avon Colony, PS4, retail. Build a new home for humanity. Discover Avon Prime, an alien planet of deserts, tundras, and jungles light years from Earth. It's another Civilization game, but this one is set in space, set in space, and we've had a couple of those games come out in the past years. So like Civilization, the actual Civilization game, I would say check it out if you're a fan of the franchise. Of the Civilization franchise. The planets gloom with creatures and environments breathing and moving around you. It's pretty neat overall. So yeah, definitely check it out if you're a fan of Civilization games. The creatures and the way the environment looks and the lighting is pretty cool, I thought. And definitely check it out if you're into those and something new to the franchise. I don't know how much new, but it's okay. I think the game got like a 75 rating overall. So I definitely check that out. Castle Storm VR Edition, PSVR Digital. Catapult yourself onto the battlefield like never before in Castle Storm VR, an exciting new take on the tower defense action RPG phenomenon. Pit knights, soldiers, archers, and even griffins against formidable foes in full VR castle versions. Castle combat. I mean, it's just Castle Storm in VR. If you ever played Castle Storm on PlayStation, it's just it's like a Worms kind of. There's two castles, and you have to launch. Like if you think of like Angry Birds or not Angry Birds esque, but has some idea from it. And if you think of Worms, you throw your character, blows up and destroys their castle, and it's a platformer. It's shaped. It's 2D, and so it's laid out like a 2D. And when you're in PSVR, it's nothing. I mean, you can look closer at the battlefield, but I don't think it's something that I would actually aim at worth getting. You're just imagine the TV is right in your face, and it's the same screen as the TV when you would not use on just regular PS4, but it's just you can move around left and right and look closer at the battlefield. I don't know if it's worth the $400 you have to spend on a VR system and the game, so I would really pass on that unless you really want to. But yeah, it's up to you. What is this? Demetrius, the Big Cynical Adventure. PS4 Digital. Demetrius is a quirky adventure game packed with tons of humor. Bonjour Fino, a slob of an ancient dealer living in Paris, is robbed after coming home drunk, forced to conduct his own investigation with the help of his neighbors Sandra. He ends up involved in a murky, mysterious affair. Will these unlikely heroes be able to rise up and discover ancient secrets? I have no clue about this game. It's just a very strange game, and if you are into bizarre games, well, there you go. I mean, it's as bizarre as it gets. I mean, we have two games on here that are pretty bizarre. I mean, check out the trailer for it. It's called Demetrius, the Big Cynical Adventure. Check it out. It's freaking insane. And I don't know what to make of it, but you can pee in plants and people won't stop you. I don't know. Dino Frontier, PSVR Digital. Build and manage a frontier settlement in a world where the Wild West and Jurassic collide. Dino Frontier is a virtual reality simulation where players assume the role of big mayor. They must carefully balance resources while growing their town and surviving bandit attacks. Yeah. Again, it's just a frontier like you play on your phone, but it's in VR, basically. And it has dinosaurs, which is a pretty interesting take on it. Now you can harvest and kill dinosaurs, and you use the PlayStation Move to pick up items with your hand. You have like virtual hands, and you pick them up. You pick up wood and with your to your index and thumb finger and just put it in the house, but you're using the PlayStation Move controllers. And you can look around. You can zoom in and zoom out. When you hold the PlayStation 4 controllers, you can put them together and then separate them to zoom in, or you can push them together and zoom out, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's just Frontier, but you get a more you get more involved in it in this type of game. So I would say you get more involved in it than Castle Storm I mentioned earlier. But yeah, check it out if you're interested to Frontier games. Again, I don't know if it's worth the $400, but it's something to try out. Draw Fighters, PS4 Digital. Draw Fighters is a turn-based combat game with funny, amazing visuals. Fighters face each other in their struggle for victory in the great tournament of the three volcanoes. All of the trailers are in Spanish, so that was the only thing I couldn't find that was in Spanish. So I really don't know what to say about this game other than that. So yeah, now we get to talk about the second bizarre game, Frisky Business. Jesus, man, this game is freaking weird. Yeah, it's Frisky Business. PS4 Digital. You and Mr. Falcon Frisk, private detective of Frisk Investigations Solutions, develop your relationship with your team as you take on your very first case. I'll save some time. Don't get this game. Don't even look at the trailer for it. Just don't. Like, I'm going to tell you not to, but you're going to do it anyway. Know that if you do, I'll come and personally take care of you myself. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but do not look up or get this game. Please. I don't know what else to say, but please don't. Dear God. I am toast. I am toast. It will be remembered. The Long Dark. PS4 Digital. The Long Dark is a thoughtful exploration survival experience that challenges solo players to think for themselves as they explore an expansive frozen wilderness in the aftermath of a geomagnetic disaster. I'll save you some time. Buy this game. This game is far superior than Frisky Business. Please buy this game. It looks freaking awesome. If you liked Firewatch, you're really gonna love this game. I mean, I really want to play this game, Long Dark. It's a survival. Watch a trailer for it. It is freaking awesome, and yeah. I don't know what else to say about this game, but then it's freaking awesome because the trailer doesn't reveal that much about it. But what I've seen of it, it looks awesome, and the soundtrack is freaking amazing. The voice acting is amazing, and it kind of reminds me of The Road in first person. Lots of people are taking tropes from that now, but I definitely recommend The Long Dark. The Long Dark. Remember that name. Okay? The Long Dark. And then we get to some fun with Patapon Remastered, PS4 Digital. Patapon returns to PlayStation with all new enhancements, taking full advantage of PS4 and PS4 Pro. For years, the Patapon tribe has lived in the desolate frontier, driven from their home by the evil Zigotan army. Finally, their wait has come to an end as the drums of war are heard once again. So this game came out, it's 10-year anniversary. This game came out on PSP 2007. And yeah, Patapon, 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 bum. I definitely recommend getting Patapon remastered if you are a PlayStation or love Patapon. They came out with the Local Roco remastered a couple months ago, which I still need to play. Loco Roco is a fantastic game, and I'll definitely recommend playing it. I really had fun with Loco Roco 2 on PSP. That was one of my all-time favorites, and they came out with a lot of Loco Roco games and Patapon games. Well, they came out with 3 Patapon games. Lots of people are hoping for a 4th one, but we don't know about that yet. But Patapon isn't dead, and Loco Roco isn't dead, and it's here to stay. And yeah, I'm glad to see it. So I definitely recommend getting Patapon if you love rhythmic song games that aren't really. Patapon isn't really like, it's a rhythmic song game, but you choose how you attack. You choose how you combo. You got to remember these combos now, and you choose how you fight. And you got to listen. You got to have your audio on. You have to listen for the beat, and you got to match up the buttons with the beat. But yeah, you match up the buttons with the beat, and you have all these combos in your head memorized or in your book, whatever, and you have to attack. And you have health bar, and you have a health bar for the enemy, and you have to attack the enemy and make sure you have enough to attack the enemy. It's very different than other rhythmic games, so I definitely recommend getting it, and definitely recommend getting Loco Roco, as I said before, even though that came out months ago. Next up, we got Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun. PS4 digital and retail. Japan 1615. A new shogun seizes power over Japan and enforces nationwide peace. In his battle against conspiracy and rebellion, he recruits 5 specialists with extraordinary skills for assassination, sabotage, and espionage. But how much are they willing to sacrifice in the name of peace? I actually didn't watch it. I'm going to tell you right straight. I actually didn't watch the trailer for that. So I don't know. That is up to you to decide. I kind of stopped watching the trailers after Patapon because I got distracted and watched some more Patapon videos because I was like, I love Patapon. I was like, I also love Loco Roco. But Loco Roco over Patapon. Loco Roco wins for me. Sorry about that, guys. But Studio Japan Studios, they know what to do when it comes to PlayStation exclusives, and they're freaking amazing. I still need to play Ninjago. I got the Heavenly Sword being shipped to me now because I never played that. That came out when the PS3 came out, the Heavenly Sword, and they're coming out with a successor to that game, HEL Double Hockey Sticks Blade. That's the name of it. I would definitely want to play that out. There's a cool story behind that I get to tell you later, probably in the next podcast. But I definitely recommend trying out both of those games. The Heavenly Sword, they came out with a movie in 2015, 2014. I watched that. It was actually pretty entertaining for the most part. I liked it. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't know much about it because, again, I'm not familiar with the game because I haven't played the game, but I watched the movie on Netflix, and it was pretty cool. I liked it, and I definitely recommend watching it again, or if you haven't watched it, watch it. But that's being shipped to me. But that is it for the news, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I know this was kind of a short one. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Had to do multiple recordings of it because it stopped. I gotta delete some stuff off this bad boy. Delete some raw footage, not my actual videos. Some raw recordings. Try to delete some old podcast videos so I can get more Destiny stuff on here. But also, I have the terabyte hard drive that thank you, Steven, gave me. So, yeah. That is it for the podcast. So with that said, thank you guys, and remember, this is the Monday Morning PlayStation Podcast. Each and every week on Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time is a new podcast released on YouTube and other podcasting services. Find the MP4 on YouTube at youtube.com/c/Dylan Lepore, and find the MP3 on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Dylan_Lepore. we're also on iTunes as well. If you want to throw me a couple bucks, head on over to youtube.streamlabs.com/Dylan Lepore. All links are in the bio. It helps me keep this channel running and helps me pay for my SoundCloud subscription, which is necessary to keep the podcast running. So thanks for everyone that is donating. Thank you. I'm not opening up a Patreon. I decided not to a little while ago, months ago actually, because I know it's not worth it right now, especially for me. Jeez, I don't need to open a Patreon. Not need to worry about that. But yeah, I'm just focusing on writing, video making podcasts, 3 things, and then college when that happens in a month. Exciting times, and I'm gonna go back and playing some more Horizon Zero Dawn. So, this is Dylan Lepore signing off. Bye. And I'm going back to bed. See you later, guys.